Dawid Stuurman was a politician and Khoi chief known to speak up against powers of authority. He escaped twice at Robben Island, where he was incarcerated. He died in 1830 in Australia. But his legacy lives on. The Port Elizabeth Airport has been renamed after him to Chief Dawid Stuurman International Airport. Dr. Allan Boesak says Stuurman did not compromise on freedom.
And when the moment came, they formed a non-racial organization called the United Democratic Front that became the largest and the most effective movement in the history of our struggle against colonization and apartheid. That is the legacy that we have, and it begins with the Khoi that chose freedom instead of the empty promises of that regime of that time. And that is the thing that we need. That is what the fight is all about today.
Dr. Boesak's address also forced learners to think about the state of the country and urged them to be leaders like Stuurman, who did not compromise on freedom.
I mean, Dawid Stuurman fought for his rights, for his people, and I strongly believe that there's a lot to discover in history. What stood out for me is that he doesn't give up on anything. He didn't give up on his people, on his land, and on everything that is close to him.
The lecture was held at the Bethelsdorp Congregational Church, one of the oldest churches in the country.
It's also the church where Dawid Stuurman was baptized. His 3 wives and their children were baptized in this church. And after this church, they went to Henkie to live there. But the congregation of Henkie and Bethelsdorp has always been connected. And it's 196 years since Dawid Stuurman's passing. And we said we are coming back every year in this area until the government recognize that we exist and that our identity are linked to the freedom and the free people and the first people of the country.
The memorial lecture was organized by the Khoisan community in conjunction with the Nelson Mandela University. The aim is to preserve the legacy of Stuurman and the Khoisan community. Kim Daniels, SABC News, Gqeberha.